gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, folks of all stripes, and distinguished guests, put your hands together for the Space Cadet Sports Podcast. Houston, we have Paul Salazar Jr.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Space Cadet Sports Podcast, your favorite Houston sports podcast from a die-hard Houston sports fan for die-hard Houston sports fans. I'm Paul Salazar Jr., your favorite die-hard Houston sports fan podcaster. I'm an actor, improviser, joke writer, creative multi-hyphenate, and of course, a native Houstonian. And I have the receipts to prove it. I went to the summit a lot. I went to the Astrodome. I went to Astro World. These are all things I'm deeply proud of, but now deeply age me as a geriatric millennial. This is, my podcast here about Houston sports. I've spent about a decade or so as a comedy writer here in Los Angeles, and now I'm podcasting. That's what happens when you hit 10 years out here in LA. You wake up one day realizing you have to moisturize because you live in a desert surrounded by the most beautiful people in the country, and you start podcasting. Welcome to said podcast. Space Cadet Sports started as a passion project because most media is infuriating as a die-hard long-term fan of the Houston Astros. Here we aren't doom and gloom casual fans, or worse, the national media haters. We love our team and root them on, but also we want to discuss the ins and outs of our team without too much homerism. We try to do that. That's the key word here. Welcome returning listeners and welcome new listeners to what my brother calls the Paul Broad Ball Blog. Hey brother, welcome also to Arrested Development fans. Check out spacecadetsports.substack.com for the full blog experience, or the full blog experience depending on how you want to interpret that pronunciation there. This is going to be the first podcast where the intro is actually longer than the content. Welcome to a shorty episode. Today on this video podcast, we are going to talk about the Houston Astros new City Connect jersey leak. We are very excited about it in Houston. We're excited about it here at the Space Cadet Sports Podcast. But before we go too much further, I do want to wish a good day, mate, to all of our Australian listeners, or all of our listeners that frankly need a good day, mate, today. This is a long reoccurring bit that I think would take way too long to explain for the short podcast format, but we love our Australian listeners. We love our H-Town reppers here at the Space Cadet Sports Podcast. But let's get to it. We have a short podcast today where we are talking about the jersey leak. That's right, on Reddit yesterday, there was a leak of a bobblehead with Jose Altuve in what looks like to be the next Houston Astros City Connect jerseys made by Nike. There was also other people on Reddit releasing other swag, pictures of swag. There was a chain with the jersey logo. There were actual pictures of jerseys in boxes. It looks like this Stros white jersey with a kind of the 90s star, kind of shooting star logo. It looks like this is going to be the City Connect jerseys. We are excited about it here on the podcast. Truly getting breaking news from a bobblehead was actually on my bingo card for 2025 because of the state of propaganda. Media nowadays. Getting breaking news from a bobblehead was just a daily thing when Dan Rather was on the air. Heyo, just kidding here. I don't know why I chose Dan Rather for a punchline here in this moment. I guess he was just the only old school newsman that I could think of. So no hate for Dan Rather here. I don't know why we chose it. You were just on the tip of my tongue, Dan Rather. We're thinking about you here. That's why you get roasted. But no, this bobblehead, obviously providing a leak for the jerseys, is a little bit wild. The jerseys were supposed to be released on March 20th, a day before your boy's birthday, just in case you want to put that in the calendar and subscribe to the Substack for a birthday present for me. But obviously, this isn't ideal for the Astros organization or the people that spent a lot of time designing this, but it's awesome for fans. We get to see what the jerseys are like. It produces some excitement. It's not that far out from when it was going to be released anyway. As we're looking at the jerseys here, we'll put up a little image of Jose Altuve. He is obstructed by clamshell. He's obstructed trying to break free of the clamshell packaging, so there is a little bit of a shine on this image, but it is the kind of best image we have of the kit look. We're looking at a white hat with perhaps a blue brim there and a blue A with some, looks like a red to orange kind of, ombre effect there with the shooting star on the on the middle of the A there, creating the hole in the A. We're looking at white jerseys, orange highlights from the sock, and blue lettering and an orange star. Carla here is, I did not mention Carla, and she is obviously protesting here. But Carla is here with us in studio today as we're describing this jersey. It looks fairly clean and fairly simple, and I think, here, personally, I loved the old City Connect jerseys. I loved this hat. I loved the jersey. I didn't even mind the blue bottoms where people said it kind of looked like pajamas. I thought it looked really cool, kind of like an NFL color rush jersey, if you will. I like the jerseys here. So I wasn't ready to move on from the blue astronaut, moonwalk City Connect jerseys. But obviously, Nike and the Houston Astros were ready to move on from it because it made them a lot of money. They both made a lot of money from these City Connect jerseys. It was the best-selling jersey in the league. Obviously, I thought they could rock it a couple more years, but the Astros and Nike both saw dollar signs in their eyes, and they decided to release some new ones. And we're looking at this. I really dig it. We here at the podcast are budgeting, so I don't know if I'm rushing out to buy it, pre-ordering right now. I definitely will add it to the collection soon enough. But I'm excited about it here. I really like it. I think it's a good look. I did say, I'm on record saying I wish it was the Tequila Sunrise. I wanted the rainbow jerseys to come back. I think truly if they would have done a rainbow effect on this jersey, instead of doing the star, I think that's kind of my look. I think that's kind of what I was hoping for. Let me know what you think. What do you think of these jerseys? Did you like the old Navy, the old, as I call them, the old Moonwalk and Spaceman jerseys? Did you like the astronaut jerseys better? Do you like this new Stros look? I like that they're going with Stros instead of Astros, going with that familiar nickname that we call our team. I do like that. That's fun. But I think there was just something about the space program being incorporated that I really liked in those old jerseys. I do like that these are white and look pretty clean. It does make me worry about having a white hat. I'm a bit of a messy guy at times. I like to look sharp, believe it or not. I'm always wearing sweatpants and pajamas, but when I'm out in the real world, I like to look sharp. So having a white hat or having white sneakers, sometimes are really rough for you, boy. Let me know. Are you somebody that is averse to white sneakers like I am? I definitely feel like white sneakers and white hats, white shirts, it's just a ticking time bomb for your boy. If I go to Maggiano's, all of that is going to be covered in red sauce. That's definitely where I'm at. A little selfishly thinking about the white jerseys, I tend to go for the color ones more because, you just last a little longer, less stains. You could eat a plate of nachos without fear at the stadium. But let me know what you think of these jerseys. We definitely like them here. I think they're going to sell a lot. I think a lot of people are very excited about these. We've seen a lot of unfortunate City Connect jerseys, one of them is the Los Dodgers one. Not that Los Dodgers is, I don't appreciate that jersey in any kind of way, but it was a jersey that they already had in existence, so I thought that was kind of not fair to Dodgers fans to kind of, it seemed like they kind of punted on that design. There's been other designs that just were a little unfortunate or just didn't, resonate with fan bases if they're, so I think this Stros jersey kind of checks all the right boxes. Personally, do like the old one better. I really do want to know what y'all think about this jersey design. So let me know in the comments. One thing that I did think was funny that people have been saying that is kind of like a little bit of a narrative online is that it's pretty funny that the Astros jerseys got leaked when they're generally so tight-lipped as an organization, that people are saying like, oh, right side discomfort, or everything's just discomfort when they're talking about information about the players, but the jerseys get leaked. And that's kind of a funny meme take, but yeah, of course, because players' health is so much more important than jersey designs, frankly. So yeah, I think I don't understand that joke meme take, I guess I understand it a little bit in terms of making a humorous remark, but even as a joke, it doesn't land for me. But I think it's great that our team doesn't want to get personal medical history out there, nor do they want to give competitors an advantage of knowing what the exact problems are with the players' health. This jersey design, this reveal, some of this merch and some of this swag wasn't just given to Astros employees. Some of it, I believe, was given to fans. So, it could have been a fan that leaked this. I don't know. But I just think that's kind of a funny / silly take on this whole thing. Let me know what you think. Carla is growling here. We're recording this transmission in LA. Like I always say in the beginning of the podcast, I think I rushed through that because I felt like the intro was going to be much longer than the content of the podcast. But also maybe I skipped over it because it isn't sunny in LA today. I usually say we're recording this transmission from sunny LA, where I'm joined as always by my co-host and co-producer, Carla the dog, the Roz to my Frasier. Baby, I hear the blues are calling. She hears them calling too. It's been gloomy. She's not too happy. She obviously has the hot takes on this podcast, as long-term listeners know. She's been fairly good. I feel like she's been growling and grumbling over there. Maybe she doesn't like the new jerseys, or maybe she just frankly doesn't like the fact that they are getting these new jerseys out so frequently. It feels like I just got this hat. It feels like I just got my City Connect jersey, and now I'm already thinking, when am I going to buy the next one? So they kind of got me. I know I'm going to buy it. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to get the hat. This is usually the way I go. I have a huge collection of hats, so I'll probably get the hat, probably skip the jersey. I got the last City Connect jersey because it was gifted to me by my brothers and my dad. So, probably be that situation too. Not dropping any hints, I'm dropping hints about what I want for my birthday, a subscription to my Substack. I'm not trying to drop any hints about a City Connect jersey to my family, but if you're listening, I'm just saying, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Folks, with that being said, with me asking for gifts, asking for subscriptions, asking for things from my family, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this podcast. If you're looking for some more news about your Houston sports teams, we recently have had a huge couple of podcasts about spring training, about Cam Smith. Just yesterday, there was a podcast about the Houston Texans and all their free agent moves, as well as catching up with the Houston Dynamo and your Houston Rockets injuries. And so go ahead and check out yesterday's podcast if you're looking for some more sports-specific things. Today is just a little bit of a silly one-off video podcast, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for today. That's going to do it for this transmission, Space Cadets. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast today. Carla is going ahead, jumping off of the bed, getting ready to go. Please smash those buttons for me wherever you are listening to this podcast on. Please like, rate, review, subscribe, share, kick it, bop it, skip it. Hit all of those buttons for me. We are a small podcast and we only go as far as our viewers or listeners take us. We are supported by viewers like you. So please hit those buttons for me. Check out the Substack at spacecadetsports.substack.com, where you can get all of the content for free. That's right, I don't like to put too much stuff behind a paywall. We might do some of the videos behind the paywall, going forward, but I like to give as much content out there, so go check out the Substack at spacecadetsports.substack.com. You could also get the app, the Substack app, search Space Cadet Sports, click that you want notifications instead of emails. You have a fully mobile experience on your phone or iPad there. That's what I do, and there's plenty of other people to read on Substack. I really like that experience. Please reach out on social media at Space Cadet Sports on Instagram and Threads, or at spacecadetsports.bsky.com, bsky.social. Sorry, I'll remember it one day. Spacecadetsports.bsky.social, or check me out at at Paul Salazar JR on all social media platforms, even on bluesky.bsky.social as well. Reach out, let me know what you think of these jerseys. Let me know if what you're going to get, or if you're lining up, or if you're going to wait to see how the team performs or something like that. Please check out my other podcasts and all the silly things I do on the internet. Thank you for listening. Remember to be the best that you can be. Keep your head up, kid. And as always, vamos Astros.
Houston Astros. Houston